None of all this is rocket science or unheard of. I am only sharing or putting in perspective what we all already know. So what's a brand? Among the examples or among the definitions that I have come across, which I found interesting, was this one from Seth Godin, who says a brand is a set of expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that, taken together, account for a consumer's decision to choose one product or service over another. That's important. If the consumer, whether it's a business, a buyer, a voter, or a donor, doesn't pay a premium, make a selection, or spread the word, then no brand value exists for that consumer. I thought this sums up, what a brand is all about very well. Though it's a bit verbose, it covers all the aspects. There is a very well-known planner in advertising called Jeremy Bullmore, who is considered the father of strategic planning, who is part of the WPP governing council on the board, I think, on WPP, who said, "People build brands as birds build nests from scraps and straws we chance upon." Now think about it. We all form impressions about various brands that we interact with. It could be a Swiggy, it could be an Academy, it could be Cred. And if you were to pause for a minute and, if I just mention the word Cred, what are the associations that come to your mind? Okay, great. Kunal Shah, because he's the founder. Okay, then what else? They add Rahul Dravid. Yes, okay. What else? Right. So it could be different for good one. Right. So it could be different for different people. Arrogance is also one aspect of the brand that probably emanates from the founder. I don't know. Okay. Great user interface. Yes. But if you notice that advertising did not talk about how great an interface is, or we are an arrogant brand, etc. But consumers have picked up these things like irrelevant advertising and great user interface and arrogance and so on, right? So those are scraps that we pick up, as Jeremy Bullmore said. And he also goes on to qualify that however carefully those clues are laid out, it is rare that any consumer would follow a linear path from one to the other. Now, this is important. Okay, we may say that consumers should think of us as a cool brand, as an innovative brand, etc., or a premium brand. But if the product does not deliver, or if the communication does not meet those premium cues, the consumer may not pick up those cues. Okay, and therefore random other associations are picked up. In my view, a nice short summation of what a brand is this one, which says a brand is a collection of thoughts and feelings in the mind of the consumer, and it applies to even a personal brand. That is a buzzword that is there. Personal brand, you could take a celebrity. It could be a Salman Khan, it could be anybody else. And there are a collection of thoughts and feelings in the mind of the consumer. How are these thoughts and feelings formed, or how are they driven by? In my view, there are three things that play a critical role. One is the product experience, second is the communication experience, and third is word of mouth. The product experience is clear. I mean, for example, if when things ease out, and if you want to plan for travel and you want to go and stay in a well-known 5-star hotel, Taj or an Oberoi, you expect a certain level of service from them. Okay, certain expect of luxury from them. So there is an expectation. So they have to fulfill that. Their communication experience, when you book through their website, or when you look at their advertising on social media or the TV spot, it should also convey premiumness. So that also is important. And word of mouth also plays a role. If somebody comes and recommends to you that, hey, between Taj and Oberoi, Oberoi is better, but I've stayed there and it's a great experience. Word of mouth plays a role. So, and if you look at any purchase that we make, these three facets come into play, whether it is choice of a career in terms of a company to work with, or a brand, a mobile phone to buy, or or a fashion brand. So these aspects have not changed, be it in the past decades or now. So the summation is that the fundamental principles of marketing and communication have and will remain the same forever. Why? Because the fundamental motivations of humans will remain the same forever. And You all must be familiar with Bill Bernbach, who is an advertising legend and founder of DDB. He put it very well. He said it's fashionable to talk about changing man. A communicator must be concerned with unchanging man, with his obsessive drive to survive, to be admired, to succeed, to love, to take care of his own. So that was how we put it. And this is something which will be timeless, whether it is the 1970s or 2020s. Another favorite quote of mine is from the gentleman called Howard Gossage, who was in the 1950s. Imagine, in 1950s, he said this. He said, nobody reads ads. People read what interests them. Sometimes it's an ad. I thought it was a brilliant summation of what our business of marketing and advertising is all about. Now, if you were to extrapolate that into today's context, you could say people read, watch, or listen to what interests them. For example, this particular presentation, you would not be listening to the session or signing up for the session if it did not interest you. Right? Or you would not be watching a video of something viral on YouTube or Instagram, or read a blog, or listen to a podcast, or even laugh at a social media post if it did not interest you. So that's a timeless truth that will remain true forever. So the bottom line is, find a way to say relevant things in a compelling way at the right time on the right platform.